The top stories: Prime Minister Abiy extends best wishes to adherents of Ethiopian Christmas. And Ghana's 2021 Most Beautiful winner, Dr. Setor, arrived in Addis Ababa. Hello, many thanks for joining us. You're watching Addis News Hour with the news. I'm Tabitha John. Do stay with us. We would like to begin our today's news transmission by wishing all Ethiopian Christians a happy Christmas Eve. These are the day's news. Religious leaders from all denominations of Ethiopia have extended happy celebrations to the faithful who are keen to support the needy in troubled times. They said Ethiopians need to stand together for the peace and unity of their country. Patriarch of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, His Holiness Abune Matthias, indicated all the followers are duty-bound to consider the displaced persons in the affected areas of the country. Archbishop of the Ethiopian Catholic Church, Cardinal Berhane Yesu Surafil, for his part, said it is a value of Christianity to share sorrows and grievances of fellow citizens in their hard time. Secretary General of the Ethiopian Evangelical Fellowship Council, Priest Dereje Jamberu, also highlighted living an exemplary life is expected from Christians, even to be open and willing for reconciliations, irrespective of the atrocities committed among them. Happy celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ to all Ethiopians concerned with the spiritual phenomenon which is unique to Ethiopian Christians. Ethiopian Christians will celebrate this year's birthday when more suffering is over, much problems are solved, and the source of suffering is drying up, PM Abiy said. Daniel Kasahun has more.
It's a holiday that Christians celebrate, leaving their problems behind and looking beyond their hopes. The birth of Christ is the beginning of a new hope and the beginning of a bright time. The fact that the time of passing is the remark. The time of suffering is coming. The darkness is defeated by light. The prison of sin is over and freedom is near. The time before the birth of Lord Jesus Christ was a year of Old Testament. Those days where man was cursed and expelled from heaven because of what he did was forbidden by the Creator, were full of darkness. The birth of human being started by conception. It was finished by birth. It was finished on crucifixion, and it was finished by resurrection. Every chapter was passed with trials and happiness. The birth of Christ didn't tell us that the time of forgiveness is near, but that everything is finished. Adam faced many ups and downs until the day of crucifixion reached and was freed from the bondage of the devil and the yoke of sin. Herod's proclamation of death was exile, distress, hunger, thirst. There was no stone that our enemy, the devil, didn't remove Adam from his grave to his crucifixion to cut him off from his Creator. He has merely destroyed the name of Christ by spreading lies. Many have threatened his followers not to go to Christ. They have said, leave those who come to Christ. They have even betrayed the apostles with money. Foreign enemies, Romans, internal traitors, united with Jews and persecuted Christ. Ethiopia's enemies have struggled for years to suppress our hopes that is about to be born. They tried to kidnap him when he was conceived. There is no atrocity that they didn't commit when they knew they were born. They have been creating conflicts and causing conflicts between people, displacing innocent people wherever they go, torturing and killing whomever they found them, children to old. Our suffering has been seen so much that it seems that The time for our country's salvation will never come. Observers like heroes have fought with all their strength to darken our bright future. They have joined forces to destroy our unity. They have sworn to destroy our country and go down to hell. Ethiopia has gone through all those hardships and reached here. The impregnated seed of change is being born and growing. Ethiopia is building bridges with the stones thrown at her. No one can stop her from going to fulfill her hopes. It's said that two of the most important days in a man's life are the days he was born and the days he found out why he was born. We are all not created without a purpose. What we call you is because our ancestors thought about you, or because they know why they were born. Thinking that we were born Ethiopian is not without a reason. We have to do something that will free our country from dependency, that will free our people from the cycle of poverty, that will lead Ethiopia to prosperity, that will make Ethiopia ignore herself in everything and pass. There is no better time for this than now. We are in a time where we build a mirror that can be passed down from generation to generation, and a history that can be told proudly is written. Ethiopia's day is about to break the darkness. She is struggling with the darkness to shine. In this critical time, if we all do what we can, Ethiopia's future will be bright without a doubt.
Scholars from Kenya and Somalia said no more interference on the African continent. Scholars lauded that Ethiopia is battling the proxy war waged by the US and Western world against its people. Goshu Melissa reports.
Former Deputy Speaker of Ghanaian Parliament and political analyst from Somalia arrived in Addis Ababa to show solidarity to Ethiopia on the current situation. They said African issues should be tackled by Africans, therefore no more interference on the African continent.
In the need for Africa to have its own emancipation, we do not want African issues to be tackled and to be determined in other capitals, like the Western capitals and the American capital. So we are saying no more interference in the internal affairs of the African continent.
Africa today is under attack. From Somalia to Senegal, from Cape Town to Tunis, people are saying no more new colonization of Africa. We're here in solidarity with Ethiopian people. We are here in solidarity with the government of Ethiopia.
Saying Ethiopia had played prominent role in freeing the African continent from colonialism, Maalim stressed Africa should exploit its untapped and undiluted resources.
Ethiopia has led the way in freeing the African people from the colonial mindset of not trusting in their own decisions and only trusting in decisions that are made in other capitals. We have sufficient resources, both human and natural resources, in our own continent, which is untapped, which is undiluted. It is time we take charge of our own affairs.
Researcher and political analyst Abdi Wahab said Ethiopia is battling the proxy war waged by the US and Western world against the people of Ethiopia.
What is going on right now here is a proxy war between the Western world and the people of Ethiopia. It's a proxy war between the United States of America and the European Union against the people of Ethiopia, using through what they call TPLF, or Tigray Liberation Front. All in all, we are hoping, and we are very hopeful, Ethiopia will be a peaceful place, will be the destination of Africa, all African people will be the destination, will be here in Ethiopia.
Prime Minister Abiy ignited a new light for the African countries to come together and galvanize it from each corner, Maalim said.
With this new light for Africa, we have a new light for the continent. And thank God, Dr. Abiy has decided he was going to do it, whatever the risks notwithstanding, and I'm sure the continent is going to come. There's going to be fires in the continent from one end to the other end, from West Africa to Southern Africa, to the Horn of Africa, to the North Africa. All of them are going to come out and say no more.
Abdi Wahab Sheikh, for his part, said Africa is awakened and saying no more the Westers.
If you look at West Africa, whereby Francophone countries, the people colonized by France itself, people right now are demonstrating on the streets, saying that no more. Africa is awake. It's not like the 1960s or 1970s.
Scholars called upon it is high time that Africans stand together and say no more neocolonialism.
A renowned political science expert called on all Ethiopians to leave no stone unturned in resisting the US-led imperialist aggression. Talking to ETV English here today, Alemayo Gebremariam, also known as Al-Mariam, also reiterated that the incestuous bond between the TPLF and the West seems stronger than we can imagine, adding breaking it requires wiser diagnosis. Take a look at the story.
A vociferous advocate of sovereign Ethiopia, Al-Mariam said the Biden administration has done so much to pollute the political air, adding strong collaboration is needed to resist it. He returned to his homeland 3 years back with what became known as the $1 a Day initiative, founding the Ethiopian Diaspora Trust Fund. Al-Mariam indicated that the existing reality in Ethiopia is poles apart from the narrative propagated by the West.
They are, by and large, directly or indirectly related to Western intelligence, and they propagate lies, disinformation, and manufactured information to create a certain kind of narrative about Ethiopia, its leadership, and its people.
The analyst urged Ethiopians to press ahead with the struggle against neo-colonialist tendencies of the West.
Ethiopians are very different. I'm not saying they're better than anybody else, but there is something called Ethiopian exceptionalism, which explains why they've never been dominated or colonized by white people at any time. Italians tried it twice, they didn't make it. The British tried it, it didn't work. Okay, Ethiopia is a poor country. All of those things being, equal. So if they want to continue bilateral relations and so on, it's just a simple step of apologizing, and then coming to terms with the facts on the ground.
Al-Mariam reiterated that the incestuous bond between the TPLF and the West seems stronger than we can imagine, adding breaking it requires wiser diagnosis.
It is not only the job of the Ethiopian government, because the Ethiopian government doesn't have the money to spend, $1,000 an hour to hire lawyers in America and things. So that's what. This should be the job of the diaspora, to be able to organize. In fact, we have. It's called APAC. To hire lobbyists and so on, and then to do it our way. Not the Ethiopian government doing it, but this is our cause. This is our concern. Why should the Ethiopian government do that? They can do what they can do, but this kind of activity should be the principal domain of the Ethiopian diaspora, particularly in the United States.
With regard to the homecoming challenge, he said, the Ethiopian diaspora is a diverse global community with varying ideas about what must be done to help alleviate the current challenges Ethiopia is facing.
The Ghanaian model and medical doctor, Dr. Setor, who has a special love for Ethiopia, arrived in Addis Ababa last night. This is following a call from the government of Ethiopia to its friend of Ethiopia. She has a plan to celebrate Ganna in Lalibela and Timket in Gondar. Johannes Fentahun was there at the reception and produced the following story.
On the 9th week of Ghana's most beautiful pageant, contestants were given the privilege to talk about the topic One Africa. Each of these contestants did their selection based on their choice and interest. Last year's Ghana's most beautiful had taken different grounds, where the contestants were changing their style of performance every week.
We are one Africa, and our cultures unite us as one people. Just like the Ethiopian Kebero drum, I came in playing the Ghanaian dondo to represent the unity in Africa. We can never talk about unity without talking about Ethiopia. Two great men, Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and the Emperor Haile Selassie I, were very instrumental in the formation of the Organization of African Unity, now known as the African Union. These two understood that together we stand, divided we fall.
One of the contestants won the most eloquent performer of that night. Dr. Setor chooses to talk about Ethiopia and its culture. The Volta regional representative of Ghana's most beautiful 2021, Setor Abran Orgube, is 28 years old medical doctor from the Volta region. She said the following at the reception of Bole International Airport.
I don't even know what to say. I'm the land of origins to see for myself firsthand. So my name is Dr. Setor, full name Dr. Setor Abranowe. I'm the first runner-up of Ghana's most beautiful, and I am a medical doctor. I'm here today to visit Ethiopia, the land of origins. I participated in the Ghana's most beautiful pageant, and in the week of One Africa, I represented the land of origins, Ethiopia, in the One Africa. And it was amazing how Ethiopians were very excited about what I did. I just came over so I could see firsthand all the things I talked about, all the tall, beautiful tall sides, Lalibela, Gondar, and also to celebrate Ganna and see firsthand the Timket festival. So I am here to actually celebrate with Ethiopians, to celebrate with my brothers and sisters from Ethiopia. I'm excited to be home.
On the 2021 Ghana's Most Beautiful Award competition, 16 contestants from 16 regions of Ghana were participated and expected to make a speech about Pan-Africanism. And Dr. Setor didn't hesitate to choose to make her speech about Ethiopia. The very reason for her choice is that the state of Ethiopia being a unifying factor for Africans.
Ethiopia is the only country in Africa that has never been colonized. It means you have set a pace for us to all follow as other countries in Africa. It means you're a leader, you're the first, you're ahead of us because you have not been colonized. You've been able to defeat the foreign world, and that is an amazing thing. It is the heart of unity also because, like I said, the seat of the African Union sits here. Like it rightly says, African Union, unity. So definitely it's the heart of the unity of Africa. If the whole head office of the African Union sits here, then where else can we look for unity if we don't start from Ethiopia? So we can't talk about unity of Africa without talking about Ethiopia. That's impossible.
Dr. Setor, who thinks that Ethiopia's anti-colonial stand has created a great upheaval for Africans and that Africans still need to set an example of Ethiopia, urged all Africans to stand with Ethiopia at this time. She also stressed the need for all Africans to support Ethiopia for a united and prosperous Africa.
This is the heart of unity, and once the heart of unity has been destroyed, there's no Africa, because Africa is then destroyed. So yes, brothers and sisters should stand with Ethiopia in times like this, and vice versa. Ethiopia stand with other countries in times where they need it the most, where there's turmoil.
Finally, Setor said the following message for Ethiopians.
Coming down from the airport, I've seen that they are very amazing people. So we should keep projecting Ethiopia as the beautiful country that it is. The only country that has never been colonized before, a very beautiful one, and the seat of the African Union. You know what that means? Ethiopia is the heart of the unity of Africa. So I just have to say, I love Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a very beautiful country with an amazing, lovely people, amazing love. So we should continue projecting that and do not be suppressed. That is my message for Ethiopia.
Setor Norgubi is the founder and CEO of a young initiative that aims to involve young people in social issues as well as cultivate their talents.
Many Ethiopian diasporas and foreigners are flocking in to celebrate the birth of Jesus, Christmas or Ganna in the historic place of Lalibela. Talking to ETV, they have expressed their happiness to be here, and they said Western media outlets are portraying Ethiopia as an unsafe place in their fake news campaign, but they have seen how safe Lalibela and how safe Ethiopia is. Santayo Tamrat is in Lalibela. He tells us more.
Tourism is the lifeline of Lalibela town, and this airport is a key infrastructure to the tourism sector of Lalibela. However, it was destroyed so far by the TPLF during its invasion. However, it has been restored and is giving service up to 7 flights a day. And now, as you see behind me, a large number of people are just flocking to Lalibela for 2022 Christmas or Ganna.
Zenni Jabesa from Minnesota, USA. Today I'm here to celebrate it's Jesus' birthday, which is a Christmas. We call it Ganna in Lalibela, which is Lalibela is the most precious place for us, for Ethiopians. So I'm really thankful to God and then to our soldiers who keep us safe, and then to be here and then celebrate Jesus' birthday.
I've been in Lalibela about 3 years ago, but for Ganna, this is first time. People travel here, especially for Ganna. Normally they do that, but this is my first time. I'm really privileged for that. I'm really happy to be here.
I live in Florida, the United States. My name is Colin Sergul. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, which I think you should experience. That's why I'm here to experience it. So that's my impression, that it's something that you should experience at least once.
My name is Alam, and I'm from Washington, D.C., United States. To celebrate Ganna at the beautiful Lalibela. It's a dream, and I'm very happy and blessed to be here. It's unbelievable. This is a blessed land. I've been here a couple of times before, but never during Ganna, and this is my first time. And I've always seen it in pictures, and I'm excited to be a part of the picture today.
Both locals and foreigners say it is not only Addis Ababa which is safe and peaceful, but places like Lalibela, which are 700 kilometers away from Addis Ababa, are also safe, secured and peaceful.
From the news we heard, Lalibela is not a safe place to celebrate Christmas, which is Jesus' birthday, but we just wanted to prove to them that it's wrong. Addis Ababa as well as Lalibela is safe. Ethiopia is safe. So it's more of like there is a fake news around media, CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera. They're saying that Lalibela as well as Addis Ababa and other places are not safe, and then they're asking their citizens to leave. So we wanted to prove them that they're wrong by coming here and then prove them that it is safe. As you can see, we landed safely, and then we're going to celebrate Jesus' birthday. And I'm humbled and then so proud to be here.
Well, I didn't have any expectation. We did know that there was a conflict, but I haven't had any experience that will deter me from being here in Ethiopia. I have enjoyed my stay here tremendously.
I'm happy really to see, how things are going. Whatever we hear from back home, really it's not peaceful. There's a war going on and this and that, but I'm happy. I'm seeing it's really peaceful.
The 2022 Ganna or Christmas, which is to be celebrated as of this evening, is expected to be much delightful because a lot of people are gathering here, which gives it a great vibe, different than the previous Gannas. I'm Santayo Tamrat, ABC English, Lalibela.
found a town called Gonda Town. I've never even heard of that town before I got here. And she was like, okay, let's check out this town. The only problem was that this town was 12 hours away from Addis by road. And this landed in Gonda Town. He told us about a place called Simeon's Mountains, and boy, this place is another thing on its own.
The name of this place is called Buitras. We are very close to the highest lodge in Africa.
Hey guys, just got to the restaurant now. Oh, he's writing VIP. Yeah. So guys, he's writing VIP on this mix. VIP. Yes. Guys, this is raw meat. Raw meat.
In business news, East Africa Star Business and Kolfik Eranio Subcity stated that they are providing goats for holiday slaughter from Borena pastoralists for Addis Ababa residents in a fair price to stabilize the market. The subcity is also working to supply products of farmers and pastoralists from across the country for Addis Ababa residents. Shagau Yamatau has more.
Over 500 goats from Borana are supplied for Christmas holiday in Kolfik Eranio Subcity in Addis Ababa by East Africa Star Business Company. The goats are presented for dwellers up to 4,000 birr discount from market price. According to the Chief Executive Officer of the company, Dereje Mamoye, both pastoralists and buyers are beneficiaries.
Firstly, in terms of health, the goats grow eating organic herbs, which themselves are organic for the users. Secondly, in terms of money, the goats cost from 8,000 to 10,000 birr, which has up to 4,000 birr discount from the normal market. When our society gets advantage, then we are profitable.
Jamal Reddy, Chief Executive Officer of Kolfik Eranio Subcity, on his part said they are working so that products from farmers and pastoralists across the country is directly accessible for users.
The residents of Addis Ababa are not mainly producers, they are rather buyers. There was a problem of quality and price in buying animals for slaughter in the previous holidays. However, in this market center, there is a significant stability in the price and quality of animals.
Buyers available at the market center said that the provision of goats has to be expanded to other cities in Addis Ababa.
The price is fair and the goats are healthy, but there's no broker for selling the goats. It needs to be promoted to other parts of the city, and I say this has to be continued in various ways.
The company has noted that it will directly supply basic consumption products from producers to buyers to prevent inflation in the future.
ካፍን ከመሰረቱ አራት ሀገሮች የመጀመሪያውን የአፍሪካ ዋንጫ ካካሄዱት ሶስት ሀገሮች አንዷ ነች ኢትዮጵያ፣ ግብጽና ሱዳን ጋር። ይህን ታሪክ ያላት ሀገር ከዚህ መድረክ ርቃ 31 ዓመት ቆየች። 31 ዓመቱ ደግሞ እየቆጠረ ሄዶ ይህ ጄኔሬሽን እነዚህ የምታዩቸው አንበሶች በ8ኛው ዓመት ማርከውታል።
እድለኛ ተጫዋች ነኝ። ያው ሁለተኛ ታልፍ ያው ሶስት ተጫዋች ነው ያለው። አንዱ እኔ ነኝ፣ ጌታነህ ሽመልስና እኔ ነኝ።
ራቅ ብለን ነበር የገባነው ከ31 አመት በኋላ ነው እና ተሳትፏችንም በጣም ሩቅ ጊዜ ስለሆነ ልምዱንም ለማግኘት ነበር
ይዛኔ አዲስ ነበር ለዛ ውድድር ማለት ነው አሁን ምናቀው ልጆች አለን ያለን ልምድ እናካፍላቸዋለን ይሄኛው ቡድን አሪፍ ቡድን ነው የተሻለ ነገር እንሰራለን ብዬ አስባለሁ
በውድድሩ ሰርፕራይዚንግ ቲም ልንሆን እንደምንችል ኤክስፔክት አደርጋለሁ ጥሩ ነገር እንደሚኖር ተስፋ አደርጋለሁ
ኢትዮጵያኖች የምንችለው ነው የሚነግራል እንችላለን በፉትቦል ታዘቡኛላችሁ ትንሽ ነገር ለተቀረችሁ አግዛታችሁ እናንተ you are better than anybody
And finally, Jagannatha Chawata is the oldest game practiced in Ethiopia. It has been practiced for centuries. However, the exact history and the time of the creation are not known. There are two legends that may indicate that the sport was invented in the 1st century AD. It is noteworthy that in the 1st century, games similar to hockey were very popular. People have been playing games such as pelota purupecha in Mexico or hurling in Ireland. Take a look at the story.
Every team has at least 7 but not more than 10 players. One of them is a goalkeeper. Players can be replaced at any time by somebody from up to 5 people waiting on the bench. The tennis-sized ball is made of tree roots and decorated so its colors improve its visibility. The stick, on the other hand, is made of eucalyptus branch and rounded at the end.
Serious harm to players if you accidentally hit them with it instead of the ball.
It is slightly longer than the player's shoulder. Playing field is 300 meters long and 200 meters wide. To get a point, players need to hit the ball to the opponent's goal.
Of 10 players and matches are split into 2 30-minute.
At the beginning, 2 players from different teams face each other in the middle of the field. They contact their sticks 3 times and then fight over a ball. Game is divided into 2 30-minute halves.
Possible to move the cattle away. So that's another hazard to be aware of when playing this game. The size of the field means that players can get tired fairly quickly. So, you have to be very fit.
There is also a 10-minute break after the first 30 minutes. In the event of a tie, there is a 20-minute overtime.
Western Tigers, captain of the...
You're watching Addis News Hour. A quick reminder of the day's headlines. Prime Minister Abiy extends best wishes to adherents of Ethiopian Christmas. And Ghana's 2021 Most Beautiful winner, Dr. Setwar, arrived in Addis Ababa. That's all we had for now. I'm Tabitha John. Many thanks for watching. Once again, happy Christmas Eve to all Ethiopian Christians.